Hey, what's going on, you guys? Let's take a look at these frogmen or scuba divers, if you prefer. I like to call these guys frogmen just because of how I date these figures and where I date them. I guess you could say that they were skin divers or scuba divers. I'm going to tell you what I know about these figures, how I came upon these figures, what I think that I remember about these figures from my childhood, which can sometimes be inaccurate because at this age, the memories that I have of this figure of these figures, I believe, is when I was about 3 or 4. Memories are not that great for me at that from that period, but we're going to start there. So I think I saw these figures when I was about 3 or 4 years old at the pool supply store, and this would have been in Thousand Oaks or Westlake Village, California. Going to the pool supply store was something that was something only done by my father because he was going to purchase pool supplies like chemicals. We had a pool, but we didn't have a pool service, so he had that little tester kit and he added the chemicals himself. Now, I remember going to the pool supply store and there being things there, toys. So that's where you could get inflatables. Like we had these inflatables that he bought for me that were there from that place. Like we had a a dolphin, a big dolphin that was big enough that I could ride on, and a killer whale. I love this gun on this guy. Look at that. It was large enough for me to ride on this a killer whale. I think we're gonna go through all these color by color. We're looking at red first. Had a giant inflatable Dodger baseball and a giant inflatable baseball mitt that was in our pool that we got from the pool store. But I believe I remember seeing these figures. And I remember seeing these figures in like an open box, like near the register or something, or where the toy kind of things would be. And these were probably 10 cents or 15 cents a piece or something. And I believe my dad bought me a few of these. And I remember playing with these in our pool. I think that's what these are for. Now, I could be completely wrong. Now, I did some searching. These particular figures that we're looking at, some people sometimes call these Palmer plastic scuba divers or Palmer plastic frogmen. That's not what these are. Now, Palmer Plastic is a company that 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 made scuba divers and frogmen, but these aren't the ones. These aren't Palmer Plastic, from what I can tell. Uh, this is somebody else, more modern, which I would guess to be the mid to late '60s. Um, there's no markings that I can find on these, and I couldn't find these on Toy Soldier HQ. If this is your thing and you know what these are, please let me know in the comments. We're going to keep looking at them. So now we get this blue color, which is really cool. What's the best way to do this, I wonder? Is that pretty good? I'm having so much trouble with my focus these days. It's just not a good thing. Having to put your hand up every time you look at a figure. So there's really nice sculpting here. You can look at his eyes. Almost like an actual expression is visible. Let's see if we completely clear the space. And see if this is better. Sorry for the dusty table. I haven't been in here in a while. This table has been accumulating new toys. These scuba divers have been sitting on this table for at least a month, I think, waiting to be washed. So yeah, I would call these frogmen. I mean, I just called him a scuba diver again, but I call him frogmen because I think this is from excuse me, like 1967 or 66. Or, I don't know. I could be completely wrong though. He's cool. You know, to me, they have this real, like, James Bond Thunderball 1960s secret agent look to them. I'm not sure what the camera's picking up. I hope it's doing okay. Um, did I tell you everything that I thought about these? I thought I played with these in the pool when I was a little kid. I feel like I've seen these before. Um, Now, there were other, like, pool type frogmen or scuba divers that I remember. Like, I mean, you guys, I'm sure you remember those. Next, we'll look at these white ones. I'm sure you remember those submarines that you sometimes came as cereal prizes, but also came as rack toys, and you'd put like little tablets of baking soda in them, and the submarine would dive down to the bottom of the pool and then surface and then go back down. I remember having a scuba diver or a frogman that did the same that same action. He had like an opening on his back where you would put that little pill that he came with of soda, baking soda or something, right? I'm sure you guys remember that. The detail on these figures is really, really good, isn't it? And look at the buckles. Look at he's got the weight belt. He's got a scuba knife, a diving knife right there. And this sculpt is I mean, I don't know. I like all of these sculpts. I don't know that I have a favorite, but this is one of my favorites because of these dual wielding, this diving knife and this some sort of a futuristic looking blaster, isn't it? I do like that also, even though, you know, the sculpt on these is very realistic, as we're pointing out, I also like that there's a bit of exaggerated cartooniness to it, in that his head is clear. Their heads are clearly out of proportion with their bodies, right? Everybody has a big head out of these figures. They all have large heads. This is a great figure, isn't it? Isn't that cool? Spear gun. Here's another one. This guy. I feel like when I had these as a kid, I had those white ones that we just looked at. I feel like that's what I had. But I could be completely wrong. As I said, sometimes I misremember stuff. It's kind of weird. Oh, this guy's got a little swirling of black that was left in the mold during the molding process in him. See that? He's taking a picture, you guys. Pretty cool, huh? There's a lot of sculpts. Not all of them are the same, like in each group. Like this is a unique sculpt, I think. Oh no, there's a spear gun one coming up that's a unique one. This one. Cool. So yeah, there's some of these are more common than others. Now I purchased, that's what I didn't get to. I said that I was going to tell you how I came upon these. So yeah, I just came upon these a while back, and it was one of those instances of finding these and then keeping my eye on them and noticing that no one else seemed to be paying attention to them, and then slowly watching the price drop a little bit, and then thinking, okay, if I want these, I should probably snatch them up. It's down to, I mean, it was down to like where I was paying like less than 50 cents a figure or something. I don't remember what I paid, but it was very inexpensive. It was like practically what it was probably, you know, taking inflation into account, I probably paid less than what these were originally sold for. You know what I mean? If you take in inflation. So I don't even remember how many are here. There's a lot. So most of them are the largest portion of them are black and red, which I think is interesting. I think that the black ones probably would have been popular, but then also the white ones probably. I feel like I remember getting the white ones. But just imagine how cool all of these would look. How cool they must have looked inside of your swimming pool, you know, with the blue bottom in 1968. So look at this guy's doing this underwater, like demolition or something. EOD. I like this guy with this propulsion, this underwater propulsion device. I do like the black ones. Don't you guys like them? Definitely got the Frogman look to them, don't they? So if I'm completely wrong about everything that I've been talking about, and you guys know that these came from a particular playset, or that these are reproductions of some sort from something, I don't know. I couldn't find them. I mean, other than what I mentioned, I've seen the same figures for sale in a smaller quantity. Uh, um, and I've seen them called Palmer plastic, but I don't believe these are Palmer plastic. I think that that's an erroneous title. I think that people are just calling them Palmer plastic because Palmer plastic happens to be the one toy company that most famously made scuba divers or frogmen. But I don't believe these are them. But I could be wrong. Please let me know in the comments. I love these. This is our last one. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, for some reason, I feel like this was in a big open box. I don't feel like this came in some sort of a tube of red, white, and blue patriotic scuba divers like we've seen sometimes, throughout the years with Army men. I think that these were in an open box, on a countertop at a pool supply place. Anyway, could be wrong. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed looking at these really cool little miniature scuba divers or frogmen. Aren't they dope? They're pretty darn cool. And I mean, they're like in brand new condition with tons of flash. Were you guys noticing all of the flash, all the trimming that needs to be done if you wanted to like really make these look sick? Like just a little bit, but they all have, I mean, most of them have got flash still on them in like new condition. All right, thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.